You do mention the debt and the deficit. Sometimes people use those two interchangeably.
Yep.
Explain the difference.
Okay, so the deficit is our annual shortfall. We spend $7 trillion a year. We bring in $5 trillion a year in revenues. And that difference, that $2 trillion difference, is our deficit. And every year that then adds to our debt. And our debt is approaching $39 trillion. By the end of this year, it will be $40 trillion. And one of the things you noted is that the publicly held debt, so this is not the debt in the Social Security Trust Fund, but publicly held debt, is now the same as the U.S. economy. And that's a real benchmark for people that it is getting out of control. It is going to be a potentially serious economic problem going forward.
And that 100% number, so the amount that the U.S. economy is producing is the same amount as we owe.
In essence, yes, right? So if you were to liquidate our entire economy, right, that was what it would take to pay off our national debt.
And why is that a bad thing? I know that sounds like a simple question.
I think most people would understand that it's a challenge. So I often try to put this in terms of like a family budget of some sort. So, it's roughly a family making $70,000 a year, but having a credit card balance of $500,000, right? So in essence, it is amount of debt. If you were a family, you would probably be bankrupt, right? But we're the U.S. economy. We are very strong. We're powerful. So it doesn't bankrupt us in that kind of way. But what it starts to do is really put pressure on interest rates. It starts to put pressure on inflation. And it creates a really serious long-term drag on our economic health and growth.
And this is the Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget saying that Treasury and markets anticipate at least $2 trillion in deficit for fiscal year 2026. That's our current fiscal year. The deficit, the budget deficit being at $2 trillion.